you know how many we've got registered for this one, Yukti?
We have 21 registrations.
Wonderful. But it's also live streamed, Patricia, on the YouTube channel, so we tend to get more, which is great.
And we are live. Hello everyone, welcome to SI UK Study Abroad webinar series. Thank you so much for joining us today. We are pleased to host this session with collaboration with Durham University, an institution consistently ranked among the top 100 universities globally in the QS World University Rankings. As a proud member of the prestigious Russell Group of Research Incentive Universities, Durham University stands out for its excellence in education, research, and global impact. We are honored to have with us Dr. Patricia. With her vast experience and deep insight, she will guide us through an engaging presentation that highlights the university's unique strengths and opportunity for international students like you. After the presentation, there will be a dedicated Q&A session where the professor will address your question on studying at Durham University. So let's get ready to be inspired. So, and let's dive into what makes Durham University an excellent choice for your academic journey. Without further delay, I'll hand over to you. Over to you, Patricia.
Thank you very much. Thank you for all the introductions. I will now share my screen. 2 seconds because it needs to pop up. Here we go. So, the Masters in Biotechnology. So I'm very proud to actually introduce this Masters in Biotechnology. In 2025, we will start this course, and I'm really excited to tell you that I'm the coordinator for this course. So my name is Patricia Muller, and I'm an associate professor in biosciences in Durham University. So my research is all about cancer biology and understanding how a protein called p53 plays a role in that. But let's focus on our masters today. So this Masters in Biotechnology, the program is consisting of a few taught modules and a research project. So I will go through these in first instance, and then I will delve deeper into what is biosciences in Durham and how this biotechnology masters is actually working on a day-to-day basis. So there is 6 taught modules, and they are each worth 15 credits. The research project is 6 months and is worth 90 credits. So let's go to the taught modules. So the first module is Frontiers in Cell Biology and Applications in Biotechnology. What this means is that this module is giving you an overview of what is the latest technologies that are happening in relation to cell biology. So we are looking, for example, at how different screens are used in different biotechnology, like different industries in biotechnology, but we're also looking into how different biotechnological advances can actually lead to a new business proposal. And we have a few dedicated researchers in Durham University that are teaching in this module and really get you up to speed with the basics that allow you to do the rest of this course. Innovation and enterprise in the biotechnology is in collaboration with the business school. So what you will do, you will work in little groups, you will make a business plan, and with the business school, what we are going to look at whether we can develop a patent. What do you need to know in order to develop a patent from an idea? But also, how do you extrapolate that idea into an actual business proposal? And we are going to assume that you're going to run a little business and you're going to present that business to a whole panel and see how you fare with getting your proposal out there. Biotechnology and industry is an interesting module where we are learning more about the industrial aspects of biotechnology. We're going to visit a few industries, we have a few guest lectures from people working in the industry and figuring out how did they develop their career, how did they start their career, have they worked in academia, did they transfer to industry, and how do they find working in an industry. Bioinformatics and data sciences really teaches you how to use a lot of data and get meaningful results out of that. So we're looking, for example, at large genetic screens and then trying to figure out from the 10,000 different results that you get out of there, what are false positives, what are actually meaningful results, and you will learn how to use R and extrapolate the data to get the results that you want to. Technology in the biosciences is a dedicated practical experience. So for frontiers in cell biology and applications, this means that we are actually looking at transfecting a cell, looking at whether that is actually efficient, and seeing what the consequences of this transfection could be for some of the outputs of that cell. A literature review is also part of the taught modules, and in this literature review we will look at the latest biotechnology and figure out why was this technology developed, why is it important, and what are the possibilities of this technology in the future. And what we'll try to do, we will try to actually allow you to do a video explanation, and I don't know whether you've ever come across Jovi articles, but they are kind of like explanatory types of videos that show how this technique is working. So we would allow the students to actually make a video explanation rather than having to write a review article on this. Then finally, the research projects are in the labs in biosciences and allow you to have a one-on-one interaction with an academic such as myself to learn more about aspects of biotechnology. So there is quite a bit of money available for the student to actually work in the lab and learn the latest technologies and develop this further and work 6 months on a project that you can develop in your own ways. So why is this program unique? I think it is unique because it has a real emphasis on practical experience in biotechnology. Of all the taught masters that I've seen online in biotechnology, this one has actually got, I believe, the most practical experience. So we've got the 6 months research project and we've got a whole practical developed for biotechnology. So it's hands-on learning, as I said before, with an academic, and you will get like a good amount of time to really delve into the nitty-gritty details of what is going on in the lab. So it's a really good experience to use. And I think what is so unique to this as well is that we have collaborated with the business school in Durham, which is quite renowned for getting really good scholars out of it. A whole dedicated module in how to develop an idea, how to make it into a business proposal. So I think these two aspects of this course are unique and really help a student to develop their skills and be attractive for a future job later onwards. So what are the career opportunities here? So I think they are quite diverse, and I've only highlighted a few here. So in the bottom here are actually the different possibilities that I think people could get into. But I can see roles in industry, R&D, probably pharmaceuticals, advisory roles in either government or charity, obviously an academic career. Grant associates would be a possibility, but also some students might want to go into medical sciences and help work at developments in, for example, big companies like the NHS in the UK, but NIH in America. So biosciences. Biosciences in Durham has 4 different research groupings. So those research groupings are highlighted here. Animal cells and systems, and I'm the coordinator of this grouping. Biomolecular interactions, ecology, evolution and environment, and molecular plant sciences. And for biotechnology, people in animal cells and systems and biomolecular interactions will actually teach on this course. So we'll look at these 2 groupings in a little bit more detail. So animal cells and systems is a grouping where we try to ask fundamental and translational questions and apply and use cell biology to actually answer those questions. So we have state-of-the-art research and we try to address global challenges of like future health and future industry. So there is 21 research groups that are actually active within this grouping, and we are looking at aging, development, and how the cell organization and function could play a role in these processes. So some of the groups are also really interested in tissue engineering, so trying to develop an organ-like state. So trying to develop something that looks like a liver, something that looks like a skin, and then using those models to actually look at questions that you have on those organs. So our strengths are basic biosciences and biotechnology, and we use a lot of different approaches to get that. Model systems include cells, tissues, worms, mosquitoes, mice, and we have got a few spin-out companies from this department called Lightox and Magnitude Biosciences. You can see there is a lot of people working here, postdocs, PhD students, and BIOS, which is undergraduate students. So just to give you a bit of an idea, we have state-of-the-art facilities here, including human tissue culture, mass spectrometry, histology suite, microscope, and EM, with which you can address all those questions and that you will be able to actually use if you do your research project in our labs. So the biomolecular interaction groupings is really interested in biochemistry and the context between biological macromolecules. So let's say protein DNA interactions or interactions between two proteins. And they are really focused more on fundamental changes in both bacterial systems, in viral systems, but also in cellular systems. Again, lots of people working in this grouping. And the core expertise is really looking at the structure, for example, of enzymes. They try to make drug design and figure out how those drugs could be working. They are trying to manipulate protein DNA interactions. But also, for example, they are looking at bacteria and trying to figure out, is there something in these bacteria that we could target and would kill the bacteria but not the host? Because a lot of antibiotics, for example, these days are no longer working. We need to figure out, can we develop different ways to actually target these bacteria? So some work is looking at carbon dioxide signaling in bacteria. Some work is looking at metalloproteins that are needed for these bacteria. And then also bacteriophages are being studied within the department. And for this research grouping, again, we have a lot of different facilities available, which range from protein purification studies to looking at bacterial growth, crystallization of proteins, and looking at the kinetics of those binding between proteins or protein DNA possibilities. Durham is really good in getting a lot of collaborations going, not just within the UK, but worldwide. So if you do a master's here and you do your research projects, you actually have a good chance of finding future collaborations where you could further your career in a lot of different countries, as is indicated by the asterisks or the stars over here. If we look at the curriculum for this course, Durham has very funny names for their semesters. So we've got the Michaelmas, Epiphany, and Summer. So Michaelmas runs from like September to beginning of January. So 3 of the modules, the taught modules are in Michaelmas term. Then Epiphany have another 3 modules. And then all of summer, like from May till September, is dedicated to your research project. So trying to separate the modules, allowing you to focus on one thing at a time. What is good for you to know as well is that we are very good in extracting funding. So we've got funding from all these different organizations. So if you do your research project in the lab, there isn't only that money that comes with the course, but there is also money usually in the labs that allows for that little bit of extra so that you can actually use the latest technology and do state-of-the-art research within your research project. And if it is really good, I have got quite a few examples of students in research projects that actually have managed to get co-authorships on papers. So if you're really good, that is something aspirational and would help you really much in your future careers. Durham is a lovely city. It is quite old, so you have lovely views within Durham. And our university is in the world top 100. We have 17 different college systems, and I don't know whether you know what college system is, but it's kind of like a little community of people where like-minded people are in the same housing estate, and you will be part of this family to actually do your studies. So England is one of the oldest universities in the UK, the 3rd oldest, and was founded in 1832. It's been there for a long time. We have many people from over many different countries. Personally, I'm not from the UK, I'm from the Netherlands. I'm one of the examples here. And we've got very strong industrial links and employment is really good. And I've got the latest numbers for our undergraduate studies. And our undergraduates, actually 85% of the students find a job within 3 months of graduating. So I think that's really, really good. So where is Durham in the UK? So this is the UK over here. Durham you can see here. So you probably all have heard of London. So London is about a 3-hour train drive from Durham. Durham is small, but has lots of amenities in terms of lots of restaurants, lots of little cafes. And if you're really interested in going to a big city, very close by Durham is Newcastle, which is only 12 minutes by train. Our city is a UNESCO World Heritage Site. We have this lovely cathedral here that you can see here. It's a beautiful city and it's quite safe. I would happily walk in the street myself as a woman, 10 o'clock in the evening, and I feel more or less safe walking around anywhere. It's easily walkable anywhere from the city in about 30 minutes to walk to the university, so that's quite useful as well. And it's surrounded by beautiful countrysides that I personally live in myself. So again, a lovely picture of the cathedral. And just so you know, when you graduate, you actually graduate within this cathedral. It's a beautiful setting to experience this wonderful event. So once you get fed up with work, there's also a lot of opportunities outside study. So there's about over 200 student societies to join. There is a sports possibility. There is a Maiden Castle, it's called, where we have lots of different sport events going on. And Wednesday afternoons, you can take time to actually enjoy those sport activities. There is music, theater, you can volunteer for a lot of different things. And as I said, lots of sports and music opportunities. So I think Durham is also very good in offering international students a lot of support. So that includes immigration, healthcare and GP services, finances, there is a student well-being program. You can get counseling, chaplaincy and faith, and we do a lot for equality, diversion and inclusion. And some of the students, for example, I've heard are taking part of like decolonization events within the department. But I also heard recently, and I didn't know this, but if you are an ex-Durham student, the university still gives career advice. So there's a good advantage of actually studying in Durham. So international scholarships, there is scholarships available. This is now a little bit outdated information. So there's definitely 5K available to support postgraduate studies, but this has been updated in the last couple of weeks, and I'm hoping Catherine wants to jump in and give a little bit more information about the latest scholarships.
Perfect. Yeah, thanks, Patricia. Yes, so just launched in the last couple of days, we now have a new Inspiring Excellence Scholarship, which is available for programs such as biotechnology that we're covering today. So instead of the £5,000, we're actually offering a £10,000 scholarship against this specific program. So this is a scholarship that will need to be applied for when you apply for your program. But what I'll do now is I will share some links and they can be shared with you so that you can learn a little bit more about that. So basically it means, yeah, that we can offer you a much enhanced offer to the international scholarship that's available there. For other programs, we are still offering the international scholarship, and we are offering another scholarship at £5,000. So there's a couple of options, but the best one for this would definitely be a 10,000 scholarship towards your tuition fees. But we'll share the information with you so you can take a look at that. Thanks, Patricia.
And then finally,
Patricia, if you could just stop sharing. I do have the slides about the new 10K scholarship for our biotechnology program.
should we do that at the end?
Yes, that's
I
fine.
only have two more
Yes.
slides left.
Okay, sure.
And then you can share that one. Yeah, sorry. So just for the entry requirements, what applicants would need to have is a 2-1 degree in a biosciences or equivalent degree. It can be quite variable: biology, natural sciences, pharmacy. Sometimes chemistry would apply as well, as long as you have a little bit of experience with cell biological techniques. However, it is not necessary to have prior laboratory experience, so don't worry about that, because we do appreciate that a lot of studies don't have a lot of laboratory experience prior to this. There is some English test score required, so requirements are indicated over here. And then additional requirements is you need to go through the online application form that you need to fill in. You need a CV. We need an evidence of higher education degree with mark statements on it. We need a personal statement of why you want to do this master's, and we require some academic references. So that is all from me. My email address is here, so if you have specific questions, feel free to ask me. And then I now give the word to Pooja, so I'll stop sharing, and then she can say a little bit more about the scholarship.
Just give me a moment.
Yeah.
Could you please confirm if you can see the screen that I am currently sharing?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. So recently, university on 14th March itself, the university has launched Inspiring Excellence Scholarship, which is worth £10,000 for postgraduate programs. MSc Biotechnology is one of the postgraduate programs which is eligible for this scholarship. So if you have received or will receive an offer for MSc Biotechnology for September 2025 intake, and if you are classed as an international student, then you would be eligible to apply for the Inspiring Excellence 10,000 scholarships. You'll have to make a separate application to apply for the scholarship. There are two deadlines. First is on 30th April 2025. The second deadline is 8th June 2025. You do have enough of time for the second deadline, but the first deadline is approaching. So if you hold an offer letter from us and want to apply for this scholarship, please make the move now and take the advantage of it. Thank you.
Thank you.
I would stop sharing my screen, and if there are any questions, I'm happy, along with my colleagues, to answer them.
Thank you for giving us this insightful presentation. Now time for Q&A session. I will help you call out the question from the YouTube chat box. So the first question is accommodation guaranteed? How much do students typically pay in rent?
Can you answer that, Catherine, or do you want me to?
I don't mind answering it, unless
Yeah.
Pooja, you want to answer that one?
I could answer that. I don't mind.
Okay.
So for international students, accommodations are guaranteed as long as they apply within the deadline. Once they receive an offer letter, they receive an email from the accommodation or the college's team, what we usually call, we do not call our accommodations as halls of residences or places of accommodation. They are our colleges, and our collegiate system is what distinguishes us from other UK universities. So international students are usually guaranteed an accommodation as long as they apply within the set deadline. The accommodation fees varies, and hence I would not quote a, a particular number here for the fees of accommodation, because they vary as per, like, we have got 17 colleges, and then some of them are catered, some of them are non-catered. Students do have their own preferences. So that is why I wouldn't be quoting a figure over here. However, I would also like to mention that the Ustinov College that we have is particularly very popular in our postgraduate students.
Thank you.
Okay, so next question is, what are the main modules in the MSc Biotechnology program?
The main modules. So I think the biggest module is the research project. So basically a student will spend 6 months in the lab of an academic. And what we will do is we will develop a project that the student really likes to do. And on a weekly basis, the student supervisor will sit with the student, develop the ideas for experiments, and then the students will do the experiments during the week. The supervisor will sit with the student at the end of the week, interpret the results, and really go through what is going to be next. So it really gives you a good experience of what is life in a lab. So I think that's one of the main modules. And then on top of that, I think a really good module that distinguishes this course from others is the business school module, where you learn how to set up a business.
What career support does Durham offer for biotech students?
So for biotech students and for any other students, Durham University offers opportunities to talk to counselors and to talk about what our career opportunities are available in that type of field. So biosciences itself has some people that actually can talk to students and show opportunities in certain fields. And you can make use of that on while you study in Durham, but also as an ex-Durham student, you can actually make use of these facilities.
I would just like to add a few points to Patricia's answer. The biotechnology department itself has developed very strong links with some of the
Yeah.
local industries within the UK and even in EU. And through these strong industrial links, students can certainly enhance their networks while they are studying with us. Apart from that, within colleges and even centrally within the university, we do have a dedicated career services team, and students can take the benefit and support from the careers team. Not only whilst they study with us, but we offer a lifelong career support. So even when they graduate after 5 or 10 years, if they think that they would like at the point of hierarchically climbing the step in their professional journey, they need career support, the university always offers that to them, which is very unique to Durham University. Not many other UK universities offer a lifelong career support.
Okay, so next question is, are there industry placement or internship available for the biotechnology students?
We can arrange industry internships as well. It will have to be in collaboration with an academic, but as you might have seen from my slides, there's quite a few of the academics that have actually got spin-out companies. The reason we need an academic support is that it is a taught master, so we need to have someone that can actually judge how the person is doing in their internship. That's not going to be a problem, but it might mean that you spend 3 months in that industry and 3 months in a lab in biosciences, yeah, accompanied by support from that academic.
Okay, so next question is, what are the entry requirements?
Shall I put the slide back on, or is that handy?
That would be helpful.
Yeah.
Yes.
So here we go. So the entry requirements are over here. So a 2-1 degree in biosciences equivalent type of study. So it can range from biology, natural sciences, pharmacy, chemistry, engineering. I've seen a few students that actually would qualify. So there is quite a variability there. English language test needs to be at a certain score. Then you need to complete the online application form. We will send you a link for that. We will need the CV, evidence of higher degree qualification, and the marks need to be in there, or the predicted marks at least, and then a personal statement of why you want to do the course, plus academic references from people that can support you.
So I have covered all the questions from the YouTube chat box. Thank you for answering all the questions so well. Would you like to share any final words?
Well, I really love working in Durham. I think it's an excellent place to work. I love the department. People are incredibly friendly. So I think it is a lovely place to do a master's.
Thank you so much everyone for your valuable time. All the audience, if you have any further questions, please feel free to contact the SI UK India office. For more update, do follow us on our social media handles. Take care. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Patricia. Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone.
you.